So real quick, if you could just one by one, one by one, tell me how you guys found the truth or got into the truth.
Okay, so really I heard about, you know what I'm saying, black people being Israelites previously to getting the information. You know what I'm saying? So I think I was watching, it was a documentary that they had out. It was called Hidden Colors. You know what I'm saying? So that was the first, my introduction to even thinking about Hebrew Israelites or black people being the people in the Bible or anything like that. That was the introduction to it. So after that, I started to see these videos on Facebook that my cousin was posting. You know what I'm saying? So I would see him post a video, and then some like, I'm like, I'm gonna just click on and see what they talking about. And I was clicking. Now I know, you know, I'm clicking into General Muhammad's class.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I click on General Muhammad class, and he was breaking down the Bible like I had never heard it broke down before. Like ever since I was like 11 years old, I was in a Christian church. You know what I'm saying? This Christian church. You know what I'm saying? And nobody ever really, you know what I'm saying, broke the Bible down to where I can like digest it and understand what it was really standing for, you know what I'm saying? Or even really meant, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that got me intrigued on what was going on. Now at the time I was still in the Christian church. I was actually like security for a pastor. They call him armor bearer in the church. So I was like security for the pastor, and the pastor, he had told me like, you know, I want you to start teaching Bible study. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like he giving me this position, and I'm hearing General Muhammad break down the scriptures like I never even read the Bible before. You know what I'm saying? I was he chopping the Bible up to the point of where it's like I had never heard these stories before. I had never heard the interpretation. So at that point, I'm watching I.S.U.P.K videos trying to learn how to go and teach Bible study for my congregation. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, just so happened, you know what I'm saying, through time, it's just like I got sucked in. Like it was like, you know what I'm saying, when I started to learn the truth and to start to following the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, really, you know what I'm saying, understanding what the scripture was saying, I couldn't, in good faith, go back to the church and take that position. So I talked to the pastor and I let him know what was going on. And I even gave him the mantle to, like, let's meet up, you know what I'm saying, talk about it. He was like, you know, no, you just go home and I hope you have a good life, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like, and that was, that was it. I was in UPK ever since. I ain't mean to be too long.
Go on here.
Yeah, like similar to obviously Yaradan, I had never heard anything in my life about black people being Israelite. You know what I mean? And very first time I heard it was when I was living in Philadelphia for a while. Mm-hmm. And when I used to go to work, I used to pass, when I on my way to the train, and what I'm realizing now was camp. You know what I mean? I would see these cats standing on a platform with all these signs. You know what I mean? And sometimes they had a microphone, sometimes they just, and in my eyes, they out there just cursing the white man out. You know what I mean? They calling them the devil. You know what I mean? I like, I'm listening to them, but I'm not understanding everything they saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, are they reading from the Bible? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm into the black power. I was into the black power aspect of it. I'm like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? That's some old, in my mind, I'm like, that's some old Malcolm stuff they're doing, you know, out there calling the white man the devil. You know what I'm saying? And I used to just stop and listen to the brothers. You know what I mean? But it never really sunk in. Then I worked with a cat who was an Israelite. And that's when he started, because he knew I was a Christian. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I was a Christian, but I looked at the Bible different. Like, I actually read the Bible, so I knew that some of the things being said in the church wasn't quite lining up with the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? So he started breaking down to me about being an Israelite. He gave me a pamphlet, had me read it, and you know what I mean? But it didn't stick. I ended up moving back here to Chicago. And one night, I ain't gonna lie, I was in the world. One night I was smoking, you know what I mean? Smoking some weed, bored out my mind, nothing to do, nowhere to go. And I was like, I wonder if them crazy Israelite cats is still out, you know what I mean? Because YouTube is up then. I'm like, I wonder if they still out there cursing white man out on the corner, you know what I mean? So I just Googled black Hebrew Israelites for entertainment, just to see them, you know what I mean, snapping on white people. You know what I'm saying? And as listening to the videos, I came across who I know now to be Captain Tazariak. You know what I mean? Captain Tazariak, Captain Tawar, General Maahyad, you know what I mean? I'm watching Captain Mashak. I'm watching all these different videos. And it was around the time that the so-called conscious community was coming up to the campsites trying to battle all the time. You know what I'm saying? But I'm listening to what brothers are saying, and because I had actually read the Bible, it's, you know what I mean? It's starting to click now. But I'm looking like, it say that in the Bible? So as they bringing out verses and talking about the scriptures say this, the scriptures say that, I went dust the Bible off. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking like, damn, it do say that. You know what I mean? The Bible don't say that. Damn, it do say that. Then they bringing out history. They talking about archaeology and stuff like that. So everything that they saying, I'm Googling. You know what I mean? I got my little computer, you know what I mean, my little tablet or whatever. I'm Googling everything they say. I'm reading it in the Bible, and it was just blowing my mind. You know what I mean? Like, I read the Bible, but I never actually understood what I was really reading and knew what I was seeing. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting there like, I had thought we was Egyptians. You know what I mean? I thought we was Egyptologists.
Me too, man.
I was at one point I was a 5%er. You know what I mean? 5% Muslim. The black man is God and all that. I'm thinking we Asiatic, but these brothers is just destroying all of that. You know what I mean? And then all the debates were going on. You know what I mean? The Israel versus Kemet debates. And when they did that one with Captain Tazariak versus the brother Polite. You know what I mean? I was like, all right, well, whoever win this debate, you know what I mean? Because he's supposed to be their top scholar. He's supposed to be that boy with the Kemetic community. You know what I mean? And then Captain Tazariak was just this humble Israelite dude that, you know what I mean? I'm watching his camp speakings. He's a powerful speaker, but I don't know how his scholarship gonna be. And man, I was like, well, this debate gonna decide it. You know what I'm saying? I sat back and threw that thing on and tuned in. And by the end of it, I was like, I guess we Israel then. You know what I'm saying? So I just tuned in, watching different groups, you know, over the years. And then one day the Lord gave me a choice. You know what I mean? He'll give you a choice of life or death. He gave me a choice one day. You know what I'm saying? And I drug my feet on coming into the truth. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know which Israelite group or organization to join, because I watched a little bit of everybody. So one day I was just like, you know what? Instead of going to a branch, why don't I go to the source? You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna learn this knowledge, I might as well go to where it started. So I noticed that all these groups all agreed that it all started out of One West. You know what I'm saying? So if it all came from One West, then that means it all came from the I.S.U.P.K. So if I'm going to learn what it is to be an Israelite, why don't I go and learn where everybody else's leaders learn from? Right. You know what I'm saying? Why don't I go to the source? I don't need a branch, because something can be tainted on that branch. You know what I mean? So I decided to go to the source. And one day, my roommate ran across some Israelites downtown. They gave him a flyer, called that number, talked to Officer DeBar Mott, and started trying to come to class. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the Lord gave me a choice. I was out in the streets. I almost got killed. You know what I mean? I realized that was the Lord giving me my choice. Like, you can stay out doing what you're doing and get your head blown off, or you can come into this truth and change your life and help save your people. Right. You know what I mean? Help grow your nation. So hey, I chose life over death. You know what I mean? I came into the truth, met these brothers right here, met Captain Maahyad, and I've been here ever since.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
We're gonna go to you, Lacombe, because if I'm not mistaken, you got a deep background in the Christian church, like Yaradan. So if you could talk to us a little bit about that.
So if I could, like kind of like the out of William. So I was born and raised in a Christian church. So I had a like you said, I had a deep background in a Christian church. What really separated me from a lot of the Christians, I would say, is I always believed what was written in the Bible. You know, I always took it as like I didn't just believe what the preacher was saying. If I heard something come out of his mouth, I had to find it in the scripture. And then there was a time for me where I felt like I was at my lowest point, to where I thought about throwing away the Bible altogether. I had about 16 Bibles, and I damn near took all of them and tossed them in the dumpster. But there was something inside of me that was like, nah, this Bible is real. That shit is fake. You know what I'm saying? And so later on, I want to say about 3 months after that, my big brother, he started sending me fake Israelite, you know what I'm saying, these other Israelites stuff, and they, you know what I'm saying, I'm learning from them, learning, break down. A lot of them got the I.S.U.P.K stance on John 3:16, the milk, scriptures. And so I'm learning stuff like that and what it really means for, you know what I'm saying, for God to love the world, you know what I'm saying, what that really means versus to what's taught in mainstream Christianity. So even like with all of that, I came to a place where I felt like I was lied to all my life. You know what I'm saying? And so because I felt like I was lied to, like the other one Maahyad said, like the men above me said, I came to a place where I had a life or death situation. You know what I'm saying? And I had to choose life or I had to choose death. You know what I'm saying? Personally, I chose the opposite. I didn't choose life, but the Lord, you know what I'm saying, had other plans. You know what I'm saying? And I thank the Lord that he did have other plans, you know what I'm saying? And eventually what I ended up doing is I ended up calling Cross the Line. I had dreads, you know what I'm saying? And so I called Cross the Line. Captain Zariak, you know what I'm saying, said the same thing one of the Israelite groups said, one of the fake Israelites, that's like, yeah, that's not lawful. And so I didn't want to hear it, you know what I'm saying, but I ended up cutting it off. And he gave me Captain Moe Quad's number. Captain Moe Quad gave me Cap Kaposh. I cut my dreads off, went to class, never turned around since.